Mike Jeffries taking you through the night on Sydney's original 2UE 954.
Now, the Labor Party has pledged to spend more money given to the ABC for the broadcast of women's sports. It's about another 21 million. At the moment, of course, they have to get by with 1.2 billion, but apparently that doesn't cover enough women's sports. To comment further on this, Liberal Democrat Senator for New South Wales, David Leyonhjelm. Hello, David. Thanks for coming on the program.
Hello.
So will you be tuning in to see the newer, added women's sport?
Sometimes I watch sport, just between you and me. If it involves pretty girls in short skirts, I might watch it. But it doesn't mean I'll enjoy the fact that my taxes and your taxes and all the other taxpayers' money is required to put it there.
So do you think that maybe Labor could have been more focused with the money, specifying this is only for pretty girls in short skirt sports?
That's a very good point. Actually, I'm very critical of Labor and also the Liberals, for that matter, for their failure to address our spending problem. We have a $40 billion deficit, $40 billion every year, not just over the forward estimates, as they say. It's costing us $1 billion a month just to service our national debt. And here they are throwing money around on what amounts to politically correct whims. And as you said in your introduction, the ABC already receives $1.2 billion in taxpayers' funds, that's our money, to broadcast what we want to watch. And now they're going to be given another $21 million, according to Labor, just to broadcast women's sport. Now, what does that mean? Is $21 million required to stop the ABC from being sexist? Or are they actually attempting to do what the commercial channels do, and that is broadcast what people want to watch? You have to wonder what motivates this sort of thing.
Well, the ancient saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't necessarily make it drink. You can broadcast something until you blue in the face, but if people don't want to watch, they won't.
That's exactly right. And then why should taxpayers pick up the tab for broadcasting something that people don't want to watch? And in fact, you could argue that about lots of things on the ABC, and if we're going to throw money at things that are politically correct, just because women deserve equality or whatever the reason is, what about Indigenous people? Why don't we throw $21 million at the ABC to fund Indigenous sport? What about gay sport or disabled sport? Why do we even stop at sport? What about other things that we can refer to? The arts, for example. There's no end to it. And of course, even if they do broadcast more women's sport, they'll only choose a couple of sports, so maybe netball and basketball or whatever. What about women's mountain bike riding or kayaking, softball, baseball? One of the sports that I get most interested in are the ones that involve wheels, not the use of a ball. So what about women's go-kart racing, for example?
Well, here's another one for you. A couple of years ago, my youngest son, I think he was about 9 or 10 at the time, was flicking around on pay TV, and he said, "Dad, what's lingerie football?" He actually meant lingerie football.
Yes, I do remember that was on the pay TV some years ago. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that'll be on the ABC though, will it?
I very much doubt it. And the truth is, probably if it was on the free-to-air network late one evening, they wouldn't need any taxpayer funding either. They'd probably get advertisers to support it, which of course is how the whole broadcasting thing should work. We really shouldn't be paying for that sort of thing because the free-to-air channels will do it. If it's popular, then it pays for it. Advertisers pay for it, and the taxpayers can be left alone.
And so how do you feel? Have you been left with, a wounded psyche since the opposition leader said back to the cave, Stone Age man, referring to you?
Yes. Oh, I wear that as a badge of honour. In fact, just if we're going to get into the zinger race, my response to that is I'd rather be a caveman than a fiscal fiend.
All right, David, thank you for coming on the program.
My pleasure.
That's Senator David Leyonhjelm, Liberal Democrat Senator for New South Wales. So what do you reckon? Is Bill Shorten like the man in the field of dreams? Build it and they will come. Put it on TV and they will watch. Or is it just about making supporters of women's sport and people involved in certain women's sport feel better about themselves? Or really is it not about any of those things? Is it just about out-green lefting the green left? More women's sport on TV, your tax dollars at work. $21 million extra to the ABC, which already gets $1.2 billion. Well, maybe there's an argument for it. If you want to make an argument for it or against it, there might be some discussion in that.